Ooh. What's up, YouTube? We're playing Fight Night 2004 again. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, today we're bringing you a battle of welterweight greats, and you see here we've got Terrence Bud Crawford coming out first, the former undisputed welterweight champion. He's been incredibly dominant throughout his career. He's had incredible performances. He's taking on some world-class fighters, and he's beating the crap out. And in the blue corner we have his opponent, Jaron Ennis. This is a guy that a lot of people are looking to him to be the next guy, the next big name superstar at 147, and I guess at 154 as well eventually. But yeah, right now he's supposed to be the next guy, he's the up-and-coming guy at welterweight. Right, yeah, let's get this fight going. Yeah, both of these guys have fights coming up. Jaron Ennis is fighting, at the time of me recording this, he's going to be fighting this upcoming weekend on July 13th, 2024. And Terrence Crawford is going to be fighting next month, I believe August 3rd, I want to say, or sometime in the beginning of August he's fighting. So yeah, big uppercut there for Crawford. So yeah, Jaron Ennis, he's going to be taking on David Avanesian, who's a former Terrence Crawford opponent. He's not really a big name guy, he doesn't have huge wins on his resume. But, he is a ranked guy, at least. Yeah, as we come to the end of the round. Alright, round 2. Yeah, as I was saying, Jaron Ennis is fighting David Avanesian. He's not a huge star, a big-name fighter, but he is at least a ranked opponent. Although, I was listening to the Big Fight Weekend podcast. Shout out to those guys. Good podcast. And yeah, they were interviewing Ennis, and he made it clear that his goal right now is to become undisputed at 147. Which would mean, assuming he gets past David Avanesian, which he really should. He's definitely the heavy favorite. Assuming he gets past him, this would mean he would have to go up against I can't pronounce the guy's first name. It's like Emiadis, or M something, Stanionis. I believe he has one of the championships. You've also got Mario Barrios in the mix. He's mostly known for losing to Tank. Alright, third round. I was saying, yeah, we've also got Mario Barrios in there. I believe he has an interim title right now, but since Terrence Crawford went up to 154, he's gonna be elevated to full champion. And I think there's another guy out there with another belt. I don't know who, but I think the prospect of Ennis versus Stanionis and Barrios, I think those are both good, exciting fights that I would like to see. Terrence Crawford, he went up to 154. There was talk about him fighting Tim Tszyu, which I think would have been a banger fight. I think that would have been awesome. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. Tim Tszyu was supposed to fight Keith Thurman at 154. Keith Thurman pulled out. Tim Tszyu had to fight Sebastian Fundora instead. He got a big cut on his head from an accidental elbow. He was bleeding all over the place like Jon Moxley in AEW. And yeah, he ended up losing the title. Alright, we're heading into round 4 here. I just want to take a second to mention, in the description of this video, I'm going to put a link. I have a tutorial on my page that I show how I use cheats to unlock everything in this game and make the fighters I make. So if you guys are interested in that, you can check that out in the description. And there's also a link to a Google document with all the formulas for all my created fighters, in case you like what you see and you want to try it out for yourself. Alright, done with the plug. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for both these guys' fights. Crawford's fighting. Although, to be fair, Crawford's fighting some guy I've never heard of. Is Israel Madrimov. I looked him up. He's undefeated, but I did not recognize a single name on his record, for what it's worth. Alright, and this is the 5th round. Yeah, you know, Terrence Crawford, it's like, you know, he's ranked, in pretty much any ranking you look at, he's in the top 3 pound for pound. And I think with good reason, because, you know, it feels like for years, him and Errol Spence Jr. were just the obvious 2 best guys at welterweight. It was number 1 and number 2, you know, however you had them ranked, those were your top 2 guys. So for them to finally fight and for Crawford to just completely, he obliterated him. He just beat the crap out of him. For him to just take out Spence like that, you know, you've got to have him here round for round. You've got to. As we end the round. Alright, round 6. Yeah, well, I've been yapping. I've been keeping an eye on the fight, and I feel like Ennis is winning right now. I feel like I've just been seeing him land a lot of counters. Nobody's really landing anything good in this round yet. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh. Man, you know, I'd love to see this fight in real life, but if we're being totally honest, I think Jaron Ennis looks really good. I don't think we've seen him. I just don't think we've seen enough of him, or him against a quality enough opponent for me to pick him over Terrence Crawford right now. I really don't. I feel like Terrence Crawford is just on another level. No disrespect to Jaron Ennis. I'd pick Crawford all day. Alright, we're past the halfway point. It's round 7. Yeah, you know, something else has been going on recently in boxing. Shakur Stevenson had a fight against, I'm forgetting the guy he fought. I'm forgetting the guy's name. But yeah, he had a fight, and you know, I don't think it was that bad of a performance. You know, he took a couple rounds to, you know, kind of figure out what the guy was doing, and then he just kind of started to take over the fight. You know, he started landing more punches. He was defending what the guy was throwing well. It just wasn't very exciting. You know, like by the end of the fight, people were booing. They straight up zoomed in and like showed a shot of people leaving the fight early, which I thought was hilarious. They didn't have to do him like that, but they were like, nah, zoom in on the people leaving, zoom in. Yeah, I just thought that was funny as hell. Alright, round 8. But yeah, so Shakur Stevenson, he wins his fight, he completely dominates. It's boring. People get on him for being boring, and he's just been on Twitter for the past several days, just going off on everyone, just calling out the promoters, calling out Andre Ward, you know, calling out other fighters. It's just like, dude, you won the fight. Like, relax. It's insane to me how he's like such a great boxer. You know, he clearly outclassed the guy he fought, and he's out here defending himself on Twitter. It's like, you know, you think at some point like his coach or somebody that knows him would just be like, dude, log out, just log out. But I don't know, he's boring. I don't know what to say. He's boring. It's just boring. It is what it is. Alright, we're into round 9. Ooh, nice shot there from Crawford. See, I'm trying to think what else is going on in the boxing world that I can talk about. Yeah, pretty much just looking forward to these two guys fighting. Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal, two former UFC fighters, had a boxing match, and I didn't watch it, but I just saw the clip of like them announcing that Nate Diaz won. People are going crazy, like everyone was so hyped, you know, and I just thought it was so funny because I watched this Shakur Stevenson fight, and it's like here we have this one legitimate, like, pound for pound. Like, you know, Shakur Stevenson, you at least got to have him in, like, your pound for pound top 20, 15, you know? If he's not in your top 10, he's got to be up there. And everybody's booing him and leaving the fight early. But the people that went and saw these MMA fighters box, they're getting a great show. They're happy. I think it's just funny. Alright, we're heading into the 10th round. Oh, nice hook. Oh, never mind. I was going to say nice hook by Crawford, but then Ennis lands one. And then they both proceed to miss a bunch of punches. You know, I really would love to see this fight. I think Jaron Ennis, you know, he's clearly got a lot of potential. He's clearly very skilled and talented. Well, let me not be too quick to say this. Let me say it a little quieter. Let me not be too loud about it. But I don't know. In a way, I kind of feel like he's a little bit overrated. But I only say that because I feel like we just haven't seen him fight anyone like that great yet. You know, and it's not his fault. You know, that's just how boxing works. He just hasn't had the chance. But alright, round 11. Yeah, I was gonna say though, like, yeah, if Jaron Ennis, you know, I only say he's overrated because I feel like he just hasn't had the chance to fight any of the great top fighters from his division. I mean, he is a champion now, so I'm sure he'll get those opportunities soon. But you know, I feel like if you look up his highlight reels and you see him like doing cool matrix dodges in the middle of fights, and you see him like landing these combinations, you would think he was like untouchable. You would think he's like like Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. combined. Like, you really would think he's like the next huge, incredible boxer. But watching his fights, you know, I'm not gonna say he's not a great boxer. I'm not gonna say he's bad. But he does get hit a good amount, you know. And I feel like in at least one of his fights I've seen, he noticeably slows down after a while. So I don't know. That's just what I see. That's what do I know? I don't know anything. What do I know? Alright, the 12th and final round. You know, this fight's been really close. I really don't know who's winning. Early on, I felt like Ennis was winning. But then at some point in the middle, I started to feel like Crawford was landing more. But these like past couple rounds, it feels like it's just been even. I really don't know what's going to happen. Ooh, nice uppercut there by Ennis, though. You know, and even if we don't, like, if we never get these two fighting, I think it would be kind of a bummer. But I do think it's a realistic possibility that just, you know, by the time they're able to line up that fight, Crawford, you know, he's like in his late 30s now. So I feel like if, you know, I don't see him like fighting Ennis when he's in his mid 40s or something, you know. But you know, if we don't get the fight, at least we can simulate it in video games. We can pretend. Yeah, I really have no idea who won this. I feel like I say that every single time. Oh, and Terrence Bud Crawford takes it. The pound for pound king reigns. Yeah, and Jaron Ennis, he's looking disappointed. We got to see these scorecards because I really don't know. Yeah, 115, 113 across the board. One of them gave it to Ennis, man. It was close. It was really close. Let's see the punch stats. Yeah, you see here, Ennis actually landed 5 more punches total. Super close fight. Um, yeah, anyways, this is gonna do it for this video. This was fun to make. I was rambling a bunch, but that's what I do on this channel. Alright, so yeah. If you enjoyed this, like the video, check out the links in the description with my tutorial and the my created fighter formulas. Leave a comment if you want. And yeah, I'm done talking. This is the end of the video. Goodbye.